Okay, this is the third video for Word Module 4, and we should be able to finish up the lesson with this third video. So we left off by adding the picture and making sure that we applied the correct text wrapping and put it in the correct location. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the section on page 1 that says Time to Say Goodbye heading, and we're going to click anywhere inside the heading, and we're going to insert the retirement picture in this location. So I'm going to go to Insert Pictures, and the retirement is a support picture that was saved at the beginning. It's just a sign that says retirement. And for this one, we are going to rotate the picture so that it's positioned correctly. So I just grab the rotation handle, which is the little circle at the top, and just click and drag it over. So then it's positioned correctly on the page. I know it's kind of messing everything up right now, but in a second we're going to resize the picture and move it. So I want you to resize it so that the height is 2.5 inches and the default width. So just keep it at the same width. Change your text wrapping layout options to tight, just the second option on the first row. And it's asking us to fix the position on the page. And then I want you to remove the picture's background. So we are going to, I'm going to kind of drag this over to the left. So there's 2 lines of text before it, above it. And then we are going to use the picture format tab to remove background all the way over to the far left. You're going to see in pink is the part that's going to be removed. Well, you can see how it's going to remove some of the word R and some of this side over here. So I need to click the command that says mark areas to keep. And then I want to click on the areas that I want to keep. And you'll see how they'll highlight in white. So now we're good. We can say keep changes. And it removes the background for us. And again, just kind of position it so it's not really blocking any words. Like I'm going to move it over to the left just a little bit and try to have it to where it's, yeah, that looks good. It's not like blocking any words, but it's also kind of lined up to the left margin. Or the left side of the text. This is good. This is a good place to also look at the picture in the text of what it looks like in our textbook, what it looks like when it's finished. So you can kind of decide where to place that happy retirement picture. All right, now we're going to scroll down to page 2 and click at the end of the paragraph below Inga Peterson honored. So I'm going to click anywhere down here, and we are going to insert an icon. And icons are just kind of like shapes. There's just a lot more options for icon. They can be found on the Insert tab. And you click on icon, and sometimes it takes a second for them to load. You can see all the different options, and they're categorized by type. So accessibility, analytics, animals. It's telling us to click on celebration and then select the trophy. So I'm going to say insert, and you can scroll through the library and see all different options for that. But we're going to insert this trophy, and we are going to apply the tight text wrapping to it, and we're going to fix it on the page. And then we're going to drag it over to the left in the white space, kind of to the left of that paragraph. We want to change the height to 1.2. And you'll see that the width will automatically update, and that's fine. Now we're going to add a fill color to this. So it's asking us to apply the colored fill accent 5 dark outline graphic style. So you have to be careful here. This is a graphic. So you're going to use the graphic formats contextual tab. So any formats that you need to do can be found on this tab. And then you just have to read closely. It says apply the graphics fill, the colored fill accent 5 dark 1 outline in the graphics style group. I'm sorry. So this is our graphics style group. So you just have to read very closely to make sure that you're using the right command. And then the one that it tells us to do is it's the third row, second from the right. So it's this one right here. And then it's also telling us to add a graphics effects. We're going to add a glow. So I'm going to go down to the glow, and it's asking us to add a glow effect of the orange accent 2. So it's this one right here. So it kind of adds just like a little outline. And then again, you can just kind of drag it so it's centered in that white space. Everything else looks good on this page. We're going to scroll down to the columns here, and it asks us to balance our columns so they're a little bit more even. And the quickest way to balance the columns is to add a continuous break, like what we did at the beginning. So I'm going to go to Layout, do Breaks, and go to Continuous, and you're going to see that that will balance your columns to make them even. It's asking us to change our theme colors to warm. Typically in Microsoft, we have different themes that you can choose from, kind of like in PowerPoint, how you can change the background design theme, and it kind of changes the color scheme of your slides and the fonts and things like that. The same thing can happen in Microsoft Word. On the Design tab, you can see you have an option to change the whole entire theme, right? And those match up perfectly with the PowerPoint themes, or you can just change the color. So it's asking us just to change the color theme of our current paper, and we're going to choose blue warm. So it's going to change everything to like warm blue tones. And then finally, it's asking us to insert a border, a page border around the outside, just a simple line. So I'm going to go to the Design tab for that, all the way over to the right where it says Page Borders. The directions tell us to keep the default style, which is just a solid black line, and make it a box border. So that will just take it around the outside of all of our paper. And then the color that it's asking us is this blue right here. It's blue accent 3 lighter 60%. It's in the third row, 6 over, I think. Or if you want to do it the other way, it's fourth from the right. I'm hovering over it right now. I'm going to click that and then say OK, and it's going to just add an outside border around the side of it. Now we have a little bit of editing to do here to make this first page kind of fit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this rectangle text box and I'm going to drop it down just a little bit so that it lines up, the top of it aligns up with the top of the Time to Say Goodbye title. That makes it a little better. And I also need to drag down this text box up above so it's not overlapping with the top, so that the top of my text box is aligned with the top of the text "When a Vacation Getaway." So that looks a little better. You can kind of scroll and see what our newsletter looks like. If you want to get a look without the non-printing characters, turn off your Show Hide button, and then you can kind of scroll through and take a visual of what our newsletter looks like. All right, this concludes Word Module 4. Make sure you save before you close out. And that's all. Thank you.